Here we are with the Artec 3D Spider 2. This is a 0.05 accuracy, and I'm using the Oculus Quest to do a virtual scanning, and then I transition directly into the Artec LEO to do a double scanning of the with the Artec LEO. It is a 0.1 millimeter accuracy, getting a full underside of the chair. Directly move into the alignment process that's sped up super fast so we can get through this process. I'm deleting geometry I don't want, aligning the scans that are of all the data, and then basically processing those two files together. Anything I can find might be a missing hole. I'm then using point-to-point alignment and quickly aligning these files. The next step is to process this into the outlier removal, get rid of all extra erroneous frames, and the next step is to do a fusion. Then directly moving into the hole filling process. The hole filling process takes a little bit more time, where you can do bridges, as you can see, and you can move into filling holes automatically, moving around and checking all the areas that the algorithm will fill with their geometry. The geometry fill algorithm is pretty intuitive. You can change the bridges and the actual fall off on the curvature of the bridge. And then you can see that we can keep adjusting and making the holes a little bit better and a little bit better for the algorithm to fill in. You can also fill in the entire hole section by checking boxes and letting the automatic system fill the holes. As you can see here, I'm checking each individual hole and making sure that I want to use either a bridge or use the automatic fill and algorithm that Artec 3D has. You can mitigate this by like I said, making bridges and changing the whole section filling. Next into this cleanup process is just using a smooth texture brush to get rid of areas that I don't like or do like. And in this case, there's a bottom of the panel of the chair that has an extra geometry I'm trying to delete, and I just basically am showing I can select through a 3D selection tool, or I can actually delete an entire section and fill it in. As you notice here, I'm just getting different selections showing where you can actually select and delete, and I'm deleting that whole entire section on the bottom and realizing there's underlying geometry that doesn't need to be there. Delete it, clean it up, fill the hole, and then you can texture it. Moving into the next step, you're going to see a texture process. After I see all the holes and the areas I like, I'll select the actual fusion file, which is the mesh, and then select the size of the texture, and I can then pick the final element of texturing, which is cleanup and changing the color, contrast, hue, and saturation, even the color fall off. And the last part of the step is just checking this texture here and getting rid of little erroneous textures that I don't like with the texture healing brush. Lots of features in here, not to mention measurement, exporting sections, and doing analysis of other files comparisons. So this is the Artec LEO, scanned 0.1 millimeter accuracy, doing a full texture cleanup, full model 3D geometry cleanup of a model, and it's ready to export into a multitude of file formats all the way down to 30-40 megabytes.